Hey, you are now listening or watching the Halos in the Infield podcast, sponsored in part by Noble L Works over on 1621 South Sinclair, where you can get discounts by just mentioning HITI, Halos in the Infield. Drink discounts on us, baby. And also by 714 Tickets. The price you see is the price you get, and you also get 10% additionally off in the Apply Now code once you order your tickets just by mentioning HITI, Halos in the Infield. Now enjoy the show.
Live every night on the Halos in the Infield Baseball Network.
Welcome to the Halos in the Infield post-game podcast with Todd Fox, sponsored by Noble Ale Works Brewery, as well as 714 Tickets. This is your nightly destination for all things Los Angeles Angels. Come join Todd as he recaps every thrilling and disappointing moment from tonight's game, win or lose. Get ready for insightful analysis, fan reactions, and Todd's engaging commentary. Plus, fans can call in live to the Halo Honk Line to have their voices and opinions heard as well.
It's the Halo Honk Line.
Stay tuned in for your chance to win free Halos merchandise with our weekly trivia.
It's all about the game.
It's time to dive into the heart of Angels baseball with Todd Fox on the Halos in the Infield postgame podcast.
There's a drive from Mike Trout. See you later. That is long gone.
It's the Todd Fox postgame podcast with your host, Todd Fox.
Well, hey there, hi there, ho there on a Wednesday evening midweek game at the Big A, and the Angels lose to them 4A Colorado Rockies. Yes, the ever so mighty Colorado Rockies, the team that has had 2 winning seasons in the last 13 and 5 consecutive losing seasons, which can't trump ours. But they have lost multiple 100-game seasons, as they're probably on their way to another one. And they walk into the Big A and, of course, get a victory. And it's a typical game after a kick in the balls after yesterday's just demoralizing trade deadline, with the fact that you come out and, again, you wish if all things were perfect for the administration at large, the Angels would come out and score 9 or 10 runs, and then, Roger Lodge would spin it and say, see, this is why we didn't need to trade anybody, because these guys are just so damn good. But no, that doesn't happen, does it? You have Renifo, a guy that, again, I love. The only thing I haven't loved about his game, because to me, Renifo looks like that guy that can give you 100% every night. But unfortunately, he'll give it to you. He'll play consistent. He'll give you solid defense, very Charlie Hustle-like running on the bases, nice defensive plays, good clutch hits, and an occasional home run, right? But as soon as he starts to get your honk going, he goes and gets injured. Nagging injuries. That has been the biggest fault and the biggest finger that you could point at one Louis Renifo and say, this is why we cannot trust a hitter like himself. Otherwise, he's pretty good. But this is the Halos in the Infield post-game show with your host, Todd Fox, on the only post-game show that tells you like it is, tells it how it is, and the fans take the show where it's going to go. And on a Wednesday night, a lot of you have checked out a lot of the messages from last night, this morning, yesterday. Just so demoralizing. It's lucky that we have anybody on right now watching this post-game show, because it's been just such a cluster F of emotions and feelings of dismay, because, again, we weren't looking to turn this team around and win the World Series. But we pulled in, 6 prospects with 2 trades on expiring contracts. Why didn't we do the rest for Tyler Anderson? Why didn't we do Louis Renifo? Why didn't we do the other expiring contracts like Pilar and Strickland and so on and so on? We could have gotten a pretty good share of prospects to move on for the future. But don't worry about it, because AM 830, if you tune in, if you want to lie to yourself, if you believe in the Easter Bunny, if you believe in Santa Claus coming down the chimney that does not exist in an apartment complex, then be my guest and listen to AM 830 tomorrow. Listen to the replay from today if you have the app. Listen to them tomorrow, watch Bally's, and enjoy Gooby saying, hey, 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 and Wayne just, feeding into the bullshit. And then listen to AM 830 and listen to Propaganda Prime Minister, a.k.a. PP, a.k.a. Roger Lodge. And when he brings on Trent Rush because he's got nothing else but filler and he needs someone else to fluff his balls a little bit, he brings in Trent Rush. So then you have the combination of, hey, don't worry about it. It's all over. The trade deadline's over. We're moving forward. Let's not talk about the past. And then Trent Rush will come on there and say, hey, I really am excited about these expiring contracts. These guys can do a lot for us going down the stretch here in August and September. We're only like 9 games out of first place. Don't worry about it, guys. Don't worry about it, guys. Don't worry about it. And meet me over there at Brewery X on Sundays when I do my once-a-month podcast right there. And then also check out my post-game show. I do only twice a week and don't take any phone calls. If that's what you want to hear, and that's what excites you, that's what gets your honk in a honkier place, then go for it. Leave this network and go for it. Continue to be just blown, I don't know, amounts of smoke being blown up your ass. How do you not explode? Again, these guys aren't going to rip this team. I totally get it. And I always am picked apart by some people that say, well, Todd, they can't be that critical. Well, Todd, they can't tell you how it is. That's fine. But be down the middle. I've listened to plenty. I had the MLB network when I was out of state. I've had the, XM radio when it was XM before it turned into Sirius. So that was a while ago. I had the MLB package right there with them too. So I got to hear, because I loved baseball and I worked in an environment where I could listen to the radio all day via headphones or on my radio. And I was able to listen to just about, when living on the East Coast, games start earlier and whatnot. I listened to just about everybody's, team at some point, their broadcast. And they had no problem ripping their players. They had no problem ripping their organization, but not in the way that we do. I understand that. But to the way that, they're critical. They're like, man, this guy really needs to get it going. He's really slumping right now. This guy's got to, he's got to do this and that. And if he does this, and they're actually critiquing them, unlike you would never hear. You'd be like, you just hear, Wayne and freaking Gooby's like, well, that launch angle's got to go a little bit higher. And that's what he's got to do. He's got to hit more home runs. Never talking about he's got to get on base. He's got to get hits. It's only one thing and one thing only. And they'll never say a guy like Moniak really sucks, or they won't say, man, they got to have a better alternative to Moniak because this guy's just not getting it done. Say stuff like that, and I'm perfectly fine with you, AM 830. I would get back to saying maybe you're respectable for once, because we didn't see all the bullshit. If you're a long-time listener, and again, Fernando and I have admitted it, that we're guilty of being honks back in the day because it was easier to be a honk when this team was winning. It was easier to follow the Angels when they were, mid 2000s or at that run from 2009 through 2015. You were a bit of a honk because that's when AM 830 came around, I think it was 2008 or 2009. And the propaganda prime minister has been doing this for 15 years now. And it was a lot more like, I think I started to see the writing on the wall and the bullshit of this organization around 2000, I want to say 15, like a year after the playoff run where they got close and everything. I started really paying attention to Roger and the way that just the ship was kind of starting to sink. And he was still saying, hey, don't mind that water getting up to your ankles right now. That's just a ship needing to get a little water inside of it, and it's going to drain itself out, and we're going to continue to float on. That was his logic back then. And it's not changed. It's gotten progressively worse. So again, I'm not going to guilt those who are honks in the past, like myself, Fernando, even James was there at one point. It's the ones that are there now that are still biting into the shit sandwich and being like, boy, this is better than Whataburger and In-N-Out combined. Because what we have here is just a shit sandwich. So earlier today, after nothing happened, of course, a man by the name of Corey Becker from Halos Nation on Facebook took a selfie of him and one old, decrepit, looks like a white turd. You know how turds turn white in the sun, from a dog or a cat on your lawn. He's dressed in white and has a white Angels hat on. And he is known as the Fuhrer, better known as Arte Moreno. And he took a selfie with Arte Moreno, Mr. Becker, and posted it and proceeded to talk about his, picture right there with one Arturo, the Fuhrer Moreno. And he said that, the guy was golfing and he came up to him, said hi, took a selfie, and proceeded to ask him about the trade deadline where, stumbling, bumbling, drunk Artie on the golf course was with his nipples showing, says, hey, we got some exciting young pitchers in development. So as he lisped and, spit into the dude's camera on his phone, the saliva was everywhere. It was a miracle he got a clear picture of the guy. But he basically said he was excited about the pitching and the prospects gotten back. Now, again, even if he is not a drunk and loves the alcohol, which we all know he does, there's no way not to believe that he is insane in the men brain. The fact that he's excited about those pitchers. Now, granted, I am excited for those pitchers, but to be excited over the trade deadline itself is stupid. Because, again, you whiffed on so many levels. So many levels. I had some people tell me, well, Tyler Anderson wasn't that, he wasn't that sought after on the deadline. Where there's smoke, there's fire. Every MLB network, every MLB page, certain random teams on Instagram, their pages or fan pages were like, Tyler Anderson's the best pitcher out there right now. The Angels are going to unload Tyler Anderson. Tyler Anderson was at the top of everybody's list. But some people in the Angels podcast stole my take because I was the first one to say, I think the Angels are asking for way too much. They're asking for 6 or 7 guys. They're asking for an Ohtani return, and it's just not doable. So teams moved on. Why waste our time? And I think the Angels wasted a lot of people's times, a lot of GM's times, a lot of organizations who could have went out and got some of these Angels players. The price tag was too high. Just like that guy, that meme that said the rent was too damn high. It's the same thing with the Angels. It was too damn high. There was no reason for some of these teams to go all in on either rentals or a guy like Tyler Anderson. But still, the Angels could have hauled in at least 8 to 9 more prospects had they spun this right. Between the 4 or 5 players they could have let go. There is no commitment. So that takes me to tonight's game. So again, Renifo suffers an injury, has to leave. Davis Daniel gets called up, pitches decent through 5 innings. Again, a rookie not able to marinate in your organization because you don't have enough prospects down there to keep him down there, because you don't have enough here up top either. So you have to force these guys through, right? So why not? The Angels are already showing highlights of Moore hitting a 3-run double. What does that tell you? That tells you that they are going to watch and show you every highlight of Moore, because why? Moore might even make a September call-up. Don't be surprised if this dumbass organization does that. He should not, to me, he should just barely be getting his feet wet in spring training next year, and you keep him in Rocket City, maybe promote him to AAA, and maybe he's a September call-up next year. But you watch, Moore may come up this year. I don't put anything past this dumbass organization. The one we all love. That's the worst part. And I said that last night, but again, tonight, 2 runs, 8 hits. Krause gives up a solo home run. What are the honks going to say on AM 830? Well, our pitching sucks. Krause shouldn't. He had one bad pitch. You can't blame him too much, but this bullpen is taxed. They need more memes. They need more sleep. It's not the bullpen. It has never been the bullpen. Never. So what? Krause's ERA is creeping towards 1.50. He's allowed to give up a home run every now and then. So our boy, which I love, Ben Joyce, if he comes out there and he gives up a home run tomorrow, am I going to kill him for it? No. He's had a scoreless freaking, run of innings. But you watch dumbass honks all over social media or on AM 830 are going to be like, the pitching sucks. Davis Daniels should have pitched more than 5 innings. He's a goddamn rookie, dude. You're lucky you're getting 5 out of him. You pushed him through the damn organization, and you've got literally a bullpen being brought together by free agents off the scrap heap and whatever you can pull up from down under in the minors, and you have the balls to talk shit about the pitching. But you watch honks never take shots at the real problem. Number 1, Arte. And number 2, the hitting. The hitting's terrible. And it did it again. Also, Hoppy hits a home run. That's all they care about. Back to you, Wayne. What did this offense do again? Let's see. Shawnuel had a hit. Renifo gave you an 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Moniak did the same. He went 0 for 1 with a strikeout. You had Taylor Ward. Yes, that Taylor Ward. Dumbo ears, Taylor Ward. Gave you 2 hits last night. Oh, but Todd, he had a 2-run double and a single last night. 3 RBIs. He also had 3 strikeouts. And guess what he did tonight? 3 more strikeouts. Back-to-back hat tricks for your cleanup hitter. Oh, boy, but we need to extend him, don't we, honks? Don't we? Because the hitting's not the problem. Let's go on. How about Kevin Pillar? And you know what? I'm giving Kevin Pillar a pass. He went 0 for 4, but fuck it. He never gets to play consistent, number 1. And number 2, if he went 0 for 4 on purpose, good for you. You need to say fuck you to this organization. The Angels owe you. And they did not come through for you. They did not take care of you in their final year. They could have sent you to a team that is going to go to the playoffs and you have one last chance to win a title. But no, we asked probably for 5 prospects for Pillar instead of 1. We could have did him good, but just like Joe Adell and everyone else in this organization, Mike Moustakas, who should have been back here this year, we did them all dirty. And we did Pillar dirty again. So if he did that on purpose, I applaud his effort. Ohapi 2 for 4, the only real one out there besides Neto. Neto went 1 for 3. I don't even count Drury. I don't give a shit about Drury. He can go 6 for 7. He can invent hitting and go 10 for 6 somehow, right? Backwards math. I don't care. I don't root for him no more. I'm done with Drury. Been done with him. His little attitude shit with Neto and the other teammates earlier in the season, screw him. This is supposed to be your ball out year. Get the fuck off my team. Joe Adell 0 for 2. At least he got a walk. Left on base, of course, after stealing a base. Stefanik gave you a hit. He gave you a sacrifice. So you had a few guys that actually did something tonight. But for the most part, crickets. Nothing. Another lackluster performance. And again, you get beat by a 4A Colorado Rocky team. I'm not mad even. I'm again 39-70. Are we really that much better than they are? We're 47-61. That's only a difference of 8 games. So I can't sit here and tell you that a Colorado Rocky team that only won 14 games out of 65 on the road coming into this game, we gave them a victory. And we're supposed to be like, and here's the thing too. My niece hardly goes to games. She is an Angel fan, by the way, but she hardly goes to Angel games. And because she's got a busy schedule and stuff. And her husband decided to take them out, the family out, and they all went to the Angel Stadium tonight. And she was texting me. She was excited. She's like, yeah, they're playing. She goes, who's this team? Because she's not really a baseball fan, but she likes the Angels because of me and everything else like that. And she's like, I treat her like a sister because she basically is my sister. We're that close as far as, niece and myself. And so I'm excited. She's got the whole family there, and she's texting me, sending me pictures. The kids are having a good time. And she's like, oh, this game is cool, but I wish the Angels would score more runs. I'm like, you and everybody else. And I'm like, I hope they win for your sake, because you rarely go, and I would like to see them win for you. She's going in there not knowing the Arte thing. She's not being biased or nothing. She's getting the rally monkeys. She's doing what we don't want them to do, but she's doing it. She's having a good time. I'm not going to tell her to stop, because her family, they're getting the nacho helmets. They're going all out. I mean, they're doing the whole thing, Dippin' Dots. She's sending me pictures. The kids are just having a ball. The family's there having a great time. Those kind of fans, that's what Arte wants. My niece and her family. But they want them to come more often. The problem is, you can get fans like my niece and her family and to have a great time and spend a lot of money, and Arte loves those fans. But even my niece knows after they lost, she goes, it was so disappointing when they lost. And she goes, are the Rockies good, Todd? I'm like, hell no. And we aren't either. And that's the problem. Because when the fans start to know, those casual fans, there's not too many of them now. Because the word's out, the word's getting out. You understand now. The crowds are dissipating and getting smaller. Because it is a thing to do still for Anaheim fans, Anaheim citizens, and those in Riverside and those that come from Los Angeles. But it's dwindling because fans are tired of paying the money to go there. I mean, again, all that encompasses Anaheim Stadium and the experience of going to Angel Stadium, the excitement of walking into the stands, seeing the players, the intros, if you love the Deos, all that is exciting to a point. And again, I've said it multiple times. I hate Bandai Namco. I hate the Deos. I hate a lot of the stuff that's there. But I ignore that when they're winning. I ignore the hot dogs that taste like trash and various, the sodas that are watered down and everything. You ignore all that stuff when the team is winning. It's like the best things ever. You can't wait to do the hidden ball trick and whatever they do. Everything is not that big of a deal when the team is winning, but when the team is losing, you can't ignore the warts. You can't ignore all the missed plays in the game and stuff like that. You can't ignore this. Because I have nightmares at night. Like I'm sleeping right there, having a great dream, swimming through bags of money like Scrooge McDuck, and then all of a sudden it's and then I just wake up in a hot sweat, and I need to drink a glass of water and try to start breathing again. Let's get to the awards tonight but first off, PSA by Roger.
There's a lot of baseball left to be played, and the season starts tonight, which makes me so horny, and me love you long time.
The John Stamos Award for Best Player on the Field tonight. I'm going to just go ahead and give it to Davis Daniel. 60 pitches, 85 pitches, 60 for strikes, 5 innings pitched, 1 run on 5 hits allowed, 5 strikeouts, 1 walk. That's good for a rookie. I'll take that. That's good for a rookie. A guy that shouldn't even be pitching for them in the majors, good for a rookie. And I'll throw another little slice of that John Stamos Award over to the bullpen. You say, why, Todd? They blew the game. They lost the game. No, the hitting lost the game. When your bullpen gives you 4 innings and only allows 1 run, how many teams would love to see that on a nightly basis? But that's what the Angels do. That's what the Angels give this offense multiple chances to come back and take the lead every night. This isn't anything new. Whether it's against a good team or a bad team, the Angels bullpen usually sets up zeros. But again, you know who else sets up zeros? Our hitting. and our stupid ways of not managing right during the game. Just continuing to run the same stupid attack out there. No change, no adjustment, same crap. This is what happens. Nacho night.
I love the nachos, gas station nachos. I love those nachos, yeah. Gas station nachos. Ow.
Ow. I'm going to give it the good old Dumbo ears. 6 strikeouts in his last, what is that, 10 at-bats? And somehow he had 3 RBIs the other night, but another hat trick. Congratulations. That's not the first time that he's done that. That won't be the last time that he's done that. That is our guy. That is your guy. That is Mr. 114 strikeouts now for your third batter in the lineup, for your cleanup guy, for the guy who's supposed to be making contact. 114 strikeouts for Taylor Ward. Good on you. Now let's see who gets the golden dong. Stiffest competition, hardest pitcher to hit.
It's a big Calhoun, the golden dome, for the player who stood out all day long. Stiffest competition on the field, halos in the infield, who's finna be revealed?
You know, only a guy with a 3-4 record and 5.64 ERA and a whip of 1.51 can make the Angels look really bad. Yeah, and that's Kyle Freeland. Kyle Freeland pitched 7 innings tonight, 6 strikeouts. He got the no decision, but or actually he got the win because they scored that home run for him. But a guy with a 5.64 ERA we're supposed to fear, and fear we did. And Vodenik. Ooh, the powerful closer, Vodnik. They're going to share that dong together as stiffest competition. So if you want to know whose problem or whose fault this is for the Angels looking so pathetic.
It's me. Hi. I'm the problem. I'm the problem. It's me. Hi. I'm the problem. It's me.
A nice shirt, by the way, he's wearing. So he's got some fashion. You know, really has some fashion. Good game tonight, by the way. 2-1. Nice loss. Way to go, boys. Saucy checks in with, hey, you know what? If you're going to blame somebody, don't blame Arte Moreno. Blame Saucy.
It's o'clock, Angels play. Win or lose, we toast today. Sip and cheer, no matter the score. Splits o'clock, let's pour some more. Splits o'clock, let's pour some more.
Willie says, beat me to it, Saucy. Damn you. Tyler says, yo, we still got this. Hashtag honk honk. Saucy says, what a waste of a good Davis Daniel start. Second time this year. Dan says, there's the Angels I know and love, as he has his Rams logo out there. Tyler says, I like Krause, but dang, he's given up those solo home runs at the worst time. Chris also says, typical lack of offense after scoring yesterday. Exactly. And Pilar played. And then a Big 20 checking with, hey, yo, I'm alive. David says, Drury is absolutely a waste of a roster spot. He is Squid 2.0. Never thought I'd say that. Tyler says, we just need number 6 back, and we'll be back on track, baby. And speaking of number 6, guess what number 6 said today? Number 6 came out and said, you know what? It is not as bad as I thought. I should be ready for the Yankees series. It's just a little lower back stiffness. So in general, when Jeff Fletcher posted that, I went on X because I rarely do. And I went on there and I went to the tweet that Fletcher put. And I said, oh, in other words, it's just a mild period this time. So that's exactly where it is, where it's at. R. Martinez says, Roger Lodge is my hero. Shut up, Todd. Willie Mack says, why pinch hit Mickey Moniak instead of Guillerme on Renifo's injury? Yeah, exactly. When's the last time you've seen Moniak play the infield? So you'd have to waste 2 positions anyway. Number 6 back, isn't that his new injury? Yes. Going to Australia soon. And oh, yeah. R. Martinez says, for Halloween, I'm going to go as a Halo honk. I wonder what that looks like besides Roger Lodge. Bringing in Moniak at a 0-1 in the count is an auto out. He may as well have been blindfolded. He might have actually hit the ball, Saucy. He has better ears than eyes, apparently. Moniak literally came to pinch hit with one strike already, just one strike shy of his normal at bats. Mateo says, James! Also, didn't you watch the Santa Claus? He's magic. How dare you? Hey, I didn't think he can get through those small little pipes. Eric says, Eric, how's everyone doing? Willie Mack says, I can't, or I believe we could have fleeced the Dodgers for Ward and Anderson, but then you have Artie pissing on anything good for this team. I totally agree. R. Martinez says, hey, Todd, why do the Dodgers have such infatuation with Clayton Kershaw as much as Halo honks with Mike Trout? They both disappoint. I don't get it, R. And that's a good point, because if you think about it, R. Martinez, how many times have we seen that guy fail? And again, nobody, I don't care if you have video evidence of him holding that trophy that did not count in 2020. That wasn't real. I mean, if you literally put him on a, what is it called? A lie detector machine and say, hey, you know what? Do you believe that that was a legitimate World Series championship? Is that the one that you can rest your Hall of Fame career on? He'll be like, hell no. He wants one in 162. All those guys do. They still have not won one. If you ask what's his name from the Rangers, the shortstop who or I think it's third baseman, whatever, the greatest hitter in all of history. If you ask him what World Series meant more, he's obviously going to say the Rangers. That Dodger one is by far a ring pop at best. I mean, it's not even a ring pop that tastes good. It's like the lemon flavor. Silent E says, at this point, this show is the only reason why I pay attention to the Angels is any fun, mainly so I can be miserable as a fan and then come on here and vent my frustrations. Shitting on Ward is too fun. It sure is. I appreciate that, and I appreciate you, Silent E. Can we just DFA Rendon already? I wish, Saucy. 12 viewers should 12 likes. I agree. We got more on here. It's actually 50 right now. But that's not as much. I mean, a lot of people dropped off from the last night. We had a lot more on last night and the night before that. There you go. Wayne and Gooby were basically saying Chris Bryant has a bust, always hurt, but never bring up number 6. Yeah, that's true. They will never talk shit about about our team, but we'll take shots at others. Demetrio says, Silent E, same boat as you. He is real Angels baseball fans. I appreciate you too, Demetrio. Boo Boo says, we suck again. I think she was there tonight. M-Dog checks in with, nothing pisses me off more than the lack of hustle. And I appreciate that comment, M-Dog, you left on YouTube. I saw that today. Appreciate that. Saucy says, itching our way to the worst organization in sports. Yeah, it used to be the Clippers would always hold that mantle, and then it became the Washington shitfucks in football. And then you had a couple other organizations, but now it's us and probably the Detroit Pistons. Dan says, never been a honk. That's the sound a car horn makes. I'm a fan of. There you go. Last winning season was 2015, including the pandemic losing season. We're getting close to a decade mark. Honks just don't seem frustrated by the fact. They're just like, nah, just keep consuming the product. It's okay. R. Martinez says, yeah, AIM 830 pendulum swings too much to the fake, obnoxious side of honking. And Boo Boo, again, you're the MVP tonight. Super sticker. Really appreciate that. You always come through. So does Tyler and a few others. We really appreciate you guys donating. Insane in the Membrane Big 20s dancing to that right now on a live. Tony C says, Taylor Ward does suck. How in the hell does Moniak finishing off Renifo's at bat? Why not Theis? That was not good. Number 6, get rid of that man like yesterday. Eat that money and get rid of him. All great points. And another thing, Tony C, you bring up Theis. I didn't even bring up the dude. And how can you? It was like we predicted last night on the show. 5 RBIs, 3 hits that were clutch. Something that this team can't do with runners in scoring position. And we benched the guy. Again, did you not see him play first base good last year before Shonawell came up? Wasn't he playing first base? Why not give O'Hoppe another night off? I mean, what the fuck is going on? Lombardi, what do you think about that tonight? What do you think about Theis not being in there and the decisions of Ron Washington.
What the hell's going on out here?
See, even he's pissed. Saucy says, Owen, let's just DFA Jury too, please. Oh boy, that if Santa's real, that will all happen. Boo Boo says, robbed the players, all of them. Once Big 20 stops being a fan, we will take off and be great again. Oh, jeez. R. Martinez says, how do I undo my oath I took years ago to be initiated as a Halo honk? I hand rolled down my driver's side window and shouted, oh, you were one of those? I never did that. Okay, so for those that are just listening or seeing this for the first time, oh my God, you want to talk about cringe. Only because you give good takes and only because I know you're a real fan. I remember that stupid shit Roger would do. He'd be like, okay, we're going to indoctrinate you into the Halo honk for life, but you got to roll down your window while you're on the phone with me, and you have to scream outside to let everybody hear I'm a Halo honk for life, and you have to say your name at the same time. Oh my God, I don't know. I don't know if a priest can come with an exorcism to help you out, R. You might have to go to your grave with that. I don't know if I have enough holy water to save you. Oh. I'm not disappointed in you. You didn't know. I'm just upset the fact that he indoctrinated another one. Over under Christian Moore up by August 15th. I think Grillmaster, it might be it might be September 1st. I'm gonna go over. Yeah, I know why I'm not watching the game. I'm gonna be in Australia and stuff. Okay. Balls, and taking shots at the pitching. Yeah, that's what they love to do over there.
Time for you to check out what I want. I want
Balls and
John Stamos.
Taking shots. Also, where was Calhoun tonight? Again, all the good players on the bench. Let's see if we can finish last place. I think we're going to get there. Also, Marty says, we're so back. Oh, wait, we lost tonight and we'll lose and lost the trade deadline. Also, R. Martinez says, good news. Also, Grillmaster says the fly ball Bryant hit should have been caught. It was right there. Slow ass doesn't attempt to catch it. The score should be 1-1. Fuck you, Ward. Costing us again. Big 20. Aussie Customs is looking forward to your arrival. He's going to tip him off. Also, Halo honks are infiltrating our sacred places of worship, Todd. We need to be on high alert. We do. Also, again, Ward is fucking lazy, Joshua. He sure is. Jury is the squid right now. Marty says we got a few squids on this team, Moniak and Jury. Yeah, he spread his tentacles through here. Also, Kyle Freeland isn't even that good, and we made him look like an all-star. Marty says, look up Australian Customs, our Big 20. They look forward to you coming down under. NS checks in with, you sound mad, bro. And I am mad. Also, M-Dog says, I'll take Jordan Adams over Dumbo at this point. I think it should work right there. Also, a crazy game tonight. Angels lost sadly. NS says, it's a shame if your sister didn't get a chance to see Ohtani out there. She did. I took my niece out there to see him a couple times, and that's actually how her kids got involved because they loved Ohtani. Ohtani, again, was a great ambassador to the Angels. I don't like him now because he's with the Dodgers, obviously. He goes anywhere else, I'm rooting for him just as hard as he was here. I just can't stand that he took that Dodger move. And then he professed to say he didn't know English. Come on, don't bullshit me. We have video proof, and we showed it over and over. But yes, when Ohtani was here, great guy. And also great ambassador for the game, and he did a lot of good here. We didn't do him right either. So I'm not going to ignore those facts either. Mateo says, how can I convince my boss to request my part-time off or PTO for the week of 8/18 through 24? I'm going on vacation. You say, hey, I got the PTO time. I'm going to take it. And that's it. Then you say whatever. Balls, and Deo. Yes. So he wants.
Time for you to check out what I want. I want
balls and
I love you, Malou. R. Martinez says, but Todd Jury is nothing but Compton gangster. You better recognize his pedigree. Yeah, he's a Compton gangster in a library. That's what he is. I heard a song up in Everett, Washington last night. What song was played with Aqua Sox game? Deo, laugh out loud one time. For Silent, he says, from the 5th inning on the radio broadcast, and I heard somewhere between 12 Deos. Too many fucking Deos. I think Papa Fox should change it to too much sex is too many Deos. There is way too many Deos, man, and you can hear it clearly on the radio. And the honks are like, Halo. Mateo says, tonight must have been a game managed by Numbnuts Nevin. It looked like it. Manager don't matter when the team is flat out can't hit. They can't. Bats gone cold. Q, shit. Here we go again.
Shit. Here we go again.
Yeah, that's been the Angels all season. Boo Boo says, could it be that the trade deadline passed and the chances of any players getting traded is gone? Why would they give a fuck? Exactly. It's demoralizing that you're not willing to help this team out. Even if you are letting go players, the team knows that you're letting go those players for a reason. You're not just doing it to do it. Ding dong, my sister's dogs would be like Bork or Bark, who's here. Let me see some more. Let's pour some more. I mean, right there, spritz a clock. Got my schedule for senior year, and I think it sucks. School is coming up, and Blood Moon says, left too many runners on base is the reason why we lose. If Renifo didn't go down, who knows the outcome may have been different. He is a good guy that can get some hits in the clutch, so we'll see what happens. John checks in with Angels are a joke. The new Oakland A's, they look like it right now. We're going to be under. Haha, 6 had a period. Also, it is Corey Seager right there. Dan says, heard the Rockies announcers all night. They were very good. Best I've heard. William, well, that's pretty good. See, Dan's able to listen to the other ones. I encourage you to do the same because if you listen to any other broadcast like Dan does and like I've done in the past, you will realize how bad our announcers are. Like how good the other announcers are at hitting the post on commercials, at broadcasting, at breaking things down, at, talking like how Gooby used to be a couple years ago, how he would go into the science of pitching and break down how a pitcher had to approach a certain situation or a hitter or his stance, not launch angle and not exit velocity every 5 seconds. Or if a pitcher hit the corner or not, if it's a strike or not. Let's check the replay. Like there's so much more that these other broadcasts come with. So Cameron says, gotta love the 3-hole hitter with a 700 OPS. Ward sucks. Exactly. But again, you will see people on the Honk Vision 8 AM 830 saying, we gotta get this guy back. He's been solid. I think he deserves an extension. They would give him an extension over Renifo at this point. I didn't know any better. Sorry. I know R. Martinez. I forgive you. R. Martinez, take stones to admit that you did that. Respect. Exactly. Let's say, wait, we drafted Kip Moore. No, we didn't. One Jets pod. That's the Moore from what's it called? Tennessee. There you go. Mike Bauman looked good tonight. He did. Boo Boo says, I have a feeling Theis's voices his displeasure with his team, so therefore he gets benched. He's probably a guy, Boo Boo, that's going to be gone next year. I really think so. Let's see. The Dodgers series will be a mess, or will be a massive sea of blue, but Artie will be grinning because he knows he's making a bank on selling diarrhea in a helmet. I agree. I mean, again, the Dodgers are going to just fill that stadium with all their must and crap, and they're going to, their beer bottles, their shanks, and, they're going to make those, because again, they're the reasons why we have metal detectors at the stadium. And again, those Dodger fans are going to it's going to be hell. Again, I don't know how we have those 80 to 90-year-old, ushers. God bless them for being out there, but man, they must be shaking in their boots or their shoes or their flats when they see them Dodger fans come in. I don't know how they can. I mean, they are the true heroes. NS says, you got a pretty good show, bro. Your ranting is top tier. I appreciate you, NS, and I hope that you can pass it on. If you're an Angel fan or just a baseball fan, we do our shit here as pretty good as we possibly can. Our podcast, too. We get into a lot of shit. So, Big 20 getting a cavity search deep. And we take shots at other fans, apparently. Joshua says this is Rally Chris's fault. Also, what Jet Spot said, yep, it's your time, Mateo. Take that time off. Hell yeah. Also, yes, Todd's rants are freaking impeccable and authentic. And again, NS, if you're hearing for the first time, check out last night's show. I kind of went off big time last night, and it just all culminated. We had a good phone call at the end by Cameron. That was probably one of the best. I got a lot of love for that one because it was just from the heart yesterday. Tyler says Todd's rants are pure. I really appreciate that, Tyler. Also, pretty cooked at the trade deadline. We're playing. We're so playing in October. Wilbur says I lost track of the Deos tonight. They started mixing in with the Halos in like the 7th. Rally Monkey didn't make an appearance until the bottom of the 9th. Remember back in the day, the Rally Monkey was like assured. If you're down anywhere from 3 runs or less in the 6th inning, you got the Rally Monkey. Now it's just like, hey, go to helpful Honda helpers out there. They'll give you money and check, and they start making up all this bullshit about the helpful Honda helpers or whatever. I can't even pronounce that stupid commercial. Or they'll say the Smash Jack, or they'll go into all kinds of stuff. They'll be like, yeah, it's pretty much that, and then it's a Honda Tucson.
One bite of my new Smash Jack is turning Jack in the Box haters into believers. Don't be a hater. Try my new Smash Jack. Man, I'm good.
Welcome to Jack in the Box.
Marty says, I'm with Dan. Listen to the Rockies announcers. They were excellent. Mateo says, Niners are winning the Super Bowl this year. There you go again. You might as well just take off the vacation. You have a better chance of that happening than the Niners winning. R. Martinez says, Todd, please don't ever get bit by the Halo honk bug. I came close, I will admit, because the shtick that, again, when Roger first started back in the day, I bit into that shit sandwich, but I didn't do the Halo honk thing. But I just liked it, the fact that we actually had, it was exciting. When Artie started the whole AM 830 network, I'm like, dude, finally, because we never had our own radio station. We always had like AM 570 who never talked about the Angels, ESPN 710 who rarely talked about the Angels. And if they did, it was just like, hey, you know, the Angels are good right now, which they were back in the day. But the Dodgers got this guy and that guy, and they weren't even close to being as good as the Angels at that time. But that's what we were left with. We had no Orange County radio station to pump our Angels or our Ducks. And then AM 830 came along, and I'm like, this is great. And then I started to realize this is the voice of Satan. And then I'm like, oh God, no. And that's how I discovered that Roger Lodge is truly Beelzebub in disguise. Let's see. Also, Willie says, any updates on Chase Silseth? Nothing, other than whenever he gets a chance to pitch, he gets shelled. Mateo says, I'm trying to take time off, but my boss doesn't like when I ask for PTO. Well, if you're offered PTO, you have the California and United States right to ask for that PTO, unless he's got people ahead of you that have already, there's too many guys to give up or gals to give up that day that, you know, he needs you to work because those days are spoken for. You have every right, even if they are spoken for, you still have every right to ask for it. So do it. One Jets Pod says the same thing. Manny Machado checks in with, did you get your your hats from Fitted Hat Club? No, I don't like paying $80 for a hat. I have another hookup that does them just as good for $15. Dan Rios says, I will add, a couple times the Rockies announcer said nothing, just let their viewers enjoy the sounds of the game. You know what that is, though, Dan? That's old school. Vin Scully. Again, I hate the Dodgers, but Vin Scully was one of the best to let a huge moment happen and let you enjoy it without talking over it. That's the sign of a true announcer. Not like Wayne, not like Gooby, like where they're lying, oh my God, hey. It's like, no. let it play out. Enjoy the moment. Let the fans, jump up and down like you are at home watching it. Marty says, ever since Trout wished happy birthday to Rally Chris, Manassian said, hold my beer. You get nothing in trade deadline. Rally Chris, I hate birthdays. Now you're just trolling, Marty. Willie says, I can go for some Jack in the Box tacos. Those are pretty good, actually. But I still don't understand the slice of cheese in a taco. That's just weird. Niners been we're winning the Super Bowl this year for years now. Exactly. Dan says, the only way the Niners can win is by cheating. They love to go over the cap. And by the way, Mateo, I hate to say it because I'm a Seahawks fan, but I love to say it. You guys made the mistake we made years ago by putting Sean Alexander on the Madden cover. You guys put Christian McCaffrey on the Madden cover. You double jinxed yourself. Prepare for an under 500 year this year. Watch everybody get injured. And I'm not saying that to want injuries because I'm not that kind of guy, but you already have the curse of how many teams outside of Tom Brady have lost a Super Bowl and gone back to a Super Bowl and won one. Usually every team that loses a Super Bowl has bad juju by itself as a team collectively, has a hard time reaching the playoffs. And when they do, they usually get ousted fast, right? So not only do you have that curse of losing the Super Bowl, you have the curse of Madden from his grave. Ooh, boy, I'm so looking for the NFC West to look much better this year with you guys not at top. I'm just saying. Joshua says, bring up Cueto already. What can it hurt? I don't think it can hurt anything at this point. You can't get Silseth up here. You can't get what's Detmer's up here. So why not take a shot at him? James says, I can't imagine the puppet yes man Artie gets as next GM, or maybe Artie gets fed up and decides to be the GM and sign Rendon to an extension. Look, at this point, you might as well call yourself the GM, Artie. And again, would Perry even take the job at this point? And again, I agree. Who do you bring in here? Do you honestly, as an Angel fan, if I had a press pass too, and I went to the press conference for the new GM, the first thing I'd ask him is, do you have the power to make a trade whenever you want? And if he doesn't give me, of course I do. And even then I won't believe it. But if he doesn't give me that, I'll be like, well, we got ourselves another puppet. Sit back and enjoy the ride because that's where it's going. Also, did you guys hear like Victor Rojas' announcer? I miss Big Fly home run call. No, I didn't like him. For the most part, unless it was a home run or a walk-off shot, he was pretty boring. Jets are sweeping the NFC West. How dare you? I am not booking anything that pertains to the Jets sweeping. And if you're going to say the Jets take 3 out of 4 from the division and lose to the Seahawks, then I'll say,
Oh, good for you.
And I'll say, you got it. You know, the Jets lose. But if you're going to say they're going to sweep the NFC West,
How dare you?
Exactly. I'm not with that. Joshua says, go Chargers. Demetrio says, my last favorite announcers was Fiziak and Hudler. Rory Marcus was awesome too. Rory Marcus was amazing. And yes, I love Fizz and Hudler. Hudler's still doing Royals games. Fiziak finally retired. He's about like 68 or 69. Javier says, if Deo's was a drinking game, you would have come out smashed at the stadium today. Javier, if you are a season ticket holder and the Deo's was a nightly, season, home game for your, to drink. Yes, absolutely. Every night would be smashed. It's the Halo Honk line.
Oh, hello?
Is this Arte Moreno?
Yeah. Hey, is this Todd Marinovich?
No, it's Todd Fox, by the way.
Oh, hey, yeah. Hey, how you doing, buddy? I was just singing my favorite song by, I don't remember the name of that group, but I always forget the words.
Well, look, Artie, I know you were busy today. You went out there and you were cited.
Oh, yeah.
You were cited taking a selfie with a fan today. I mean, were you?
Oh, yeah.
Can I?
I was out there playing golf. Some people think I was playing a 9-hole, but I was actually at golfing stuff in Downey.
Golf and stuff in Downey. I remember being there in high school. Do you still go there?
They filmed the Karate Kid here.
Were you doing the bumper cars or the what is it called, the little racetrack car?
Oh, yeah. I was remembering the good old days when I would think dirty thoughts of Elizabeth Shue. Oh, I wanted me some Shue. Let me tell you.
Okay, Artie, let me ask you a question again. You were at golf and stuff today, and your nipples were showing. Were you excited like Ohapi for the trade deadline?
Oh, I tell you, those Hershey's Kisses were poking out. I had to change my shirt. I poked 2 holes through those things. That thing.
Why are you breathing so hard right now?
Oh, I'm trying to walk every night, to stay fit. But I walked halfway up the block and I said, forget it. And I came back and my heart feels like it's pounding on my chest.
Are you at the right house,
I
though?
start drinking more.
Are you at the right house, Artie?
I don't know. Some guy's looking at me weird right now though, through the window. How you doing, neighbor? It's me, Arturo. All right, on the Angels. Go Angels!
Oh boy, your neighbors must love you, Artie.
Oh, I think that's Benny. He lives 2 houses down from me. He's a good guy. Oh God.
So
I guess come on, a little bit more.
So who are you golfing with today? Because I heard Carpino was there too.
Oh, with all the gang. Oh boy. We were all over there partying, having a good time. I was over there at golf and stuff saying, hey, where are all the tents with all the naked chicks in it? So we went over there and all my friends were with me. I had Potassium with me. My favorite ventriloquist dummy.
Perry Manassian?
Yeah, he was with me. I always like having Perry around because he helps me walk straight and keep my balance. That's a banana joke. Count on me calling him Potassium.
That one went over my head, but that one went over my head like the trade deadline went over our head today or yesterday. How do you explain not trading away our players?
Oh boy, hey, why are we going to trade away a team that's going to make it to the postseason? That wouldn't make any sense.
Artie, we're not going to make it to the postseason.
What are you talking about? Wow, here comes Mr. Negative Nancy. Give me spewing out all his toxic negativity.
Come on, man. I look, I'm trying to tell you how it is. The Angels aren't going to make the playoffs.
Oh, where's your faith?
Dude, you ruined it, bro.
Oh, what you talking about? All right, you watch. We're going to go on a streak. I feel it. It's coming. Oh, you heard Roger? He said, put it all behind you. The trade deadline's over. It's time to move forward. The season starts today. Oh, God.
Hey, M-Dog said, Artie, I saw you out there at the links today. Looks like you've had a brown stain on your shorts. Is that true?
What up, M-Dog? What up in the hizzy? My nizzy? Was that hip enough, Todd? Hey, with the kids, understand that?
I think M-Dog would, but I'm just saying they said that you had a brown stain on your shorts.
Oh, I may have had an accident. I've been known to have one or two. Hey, it was an exciting time. Me and my buddies. Like I said, I was with Perry Potassium. My good buddy Jim Hill was with me.
Jim Hill. M-Dog says you're not his bro.
No, yeah, whatever. Rude.
Does Perry drink with Artie? The questions are coming in fast here. Joshua asks.
Oh, I only allow him to drink apple juice. I told that guy, you need to lay off the whole milk. I told him, they sell 2% milk now, right? That guy's busting out of his pants.
Well, real quick, too, R. Martinez wants to know, how specifically did you make the house that the cowboy built even better? Be specific. Specific.
That's a tongue twister there.
Maybe I've had a few to drink.
I don't think you do. Say unfinished business. You're starting to sound like me. It's better because it's more entertaining. Whoa.
Are you all right?
Where else can you go? Sorry, almost tripped. Where else can you go and get your bobbleheads every month? We got the Mike Trout bobblehead that just came out. The next month, we have the Mike Trout Blue Bayou Lagoon bobblehead where he's wearing a Hawaiian shirt. You got to see it. It's amazing. And then we have a bobblehead of the blue guy from the opening ceremonies of the Olympics. I don't know why. Well, we got that guy over there too.
That would be a very dangerous bobblehead to have at the stadium.
Oh, that kids love that one. Let me tell you. Wait till it comes out. It comes out.
Oh God, you're politically not correct right now. Big 20 wants to know, when can he party with you? And oh yeah,
Big 20. When you're of age, we're gonna party. Oh, what am I talking about? I was drinking when I was 13 years old. Let's party. Woo! Let's do it. We'll go golfing. Your golfing stuff.
You can win those tickets to get those little plastic trinkets.
Exactly. The arcade isn't what it used to be, though. There's nothing but claw machines in there now. Come on. When I was a teenager, I was known as the claw machine. I was grabbing booty left and right.
Oh, my God.
Oh, those are the days, Todd. Those are the days.
Hey, M-Docs, what'd you say?
Oh, that'd be nice. You just keep interrupting me. Go ahead.
M-Doc says you don't have a barbecue stain on your white T-shirt. You have a white stain on your barbecue colored shirt.
Exactly. Whoa. You just threw me into another dimension there, M-Dog. Why is he coming at me all hardcore for? Is he mad because his brother held the Olympic torch a couple days ago? That was the biggest blunt Snoop Dogg ever lit in his life.
It did look like a blunt. Blood Moon says, Artie, when do you plan on selling the team?
I'll tell you when. When I finally set myself as the owner of the Angels who brought a championship to LA of Anaheim.
Is a parade going to start? Is a parade going to start in downtown LA and finish it in Anaheim?
We're going to march it all the way up from Orange County to Kern County.
A death march.
Oh, yeah. So I make sure we do it on a cool day, though, because it's hot outside. You're out there trying to take a jog while drinking a fifth of Jim Beam. You don't last too long.
Willie wants to know, when are you getting your own bobblehead?
I'm saving you the best for last. Our Turtle bobblehead, Game of Thrones edition. I'll be sitting on a big throne with a crown, and it'll say, Arte Moreno, champion of baseball. But we got to win one first.
Well, real quick, I know you're getting tired, but we have J-Dog saying Big 20 is so desperate he wants to hang out with Arte Moreno, and One Jets Pod follows that up with Big 20 is going to lose his V card to the A train.
Oh, hey, I don't swing that way. Oh boy, I almost threw up right now. Sorry. I don't do things like that. How dare you? I only like women. I only like the woman species. But you know what? I could hook up at 20. If he hung out with me, I'd get him laid 5 minutes flat. Oh, what did I give birth to?
Oh, you okay?
Oh, I'm fine, but it looks like it's still moving.
Oh, that's nasty.
It is. It is. Hey, I'm not all fun and games.
Jay, last one, Artie. Do you like Deadpool and Wolverine? And are you like Deadpool and Wolverine and can never die? Will you own the Angels forever, James?
I will own them forever. I have tons of money. I'm bound to figure out a way to live forever. I'm working on it right now. I have scientists all over China trying to figure out how I can live forever. They'll come up with something. I just gotta hang on.
Yeah, well, you keep drinking like this, and what? You're on your 5th liver right now?
Oh yeah, I got one in the wings right now waiting as well from a 21-year-old. I was waiting for. Well, once I'm ready, they pull it off the ice, and they just shove that sucker in. I'm ready to go for another 20 years, Todd.
You know,
oh boy,
that's a shame, Artie. There's people on a waiting list trying to get livers and things like that, and you're just popping them in like candy or Pez dispensers.
Hey, you know what? All right, hey, you gotta make more money. You get first in line when you make more money.
Oh, M Dog. One last question. Artie will be. Artie will be frozen Artie will be frozen under Angel Stadium, just like Walt Disney is frozen under Disneyland. Is that true?
Well, I had a question. Well, what?
Will you be frozen under Anaheim Stadium like Mr. Disney is under Disneyland?
Oh, no. I'm gonna, if I go before the scientists figure out a way to keep me alive forever, I'm gonna be cremated so that all my ashes could be rolled up into small papers, and all of you can take a smoke of Artie.
No, no.
I'll guarantee you'll get high.
I don't even know what to say to that.
I don't either. That just came out. That's a great idea. I have to write that down. Hold on, sir. I don't have my pad of paper with me. This isn't my house. Where am I?
But look, just get one of your personal assistants like Sapphire to get you home, okay?
I'm gonna have to call her. She's probably at home. She's gonna have to come pick me up. Oh God, she lives in Pacoima. I'm gonna have to fly her over here to Arizona.
Oh jeez. All right, Artie. Well, you have a good night, and it's good to talk to you, but try to ease off the sauce a little bit.
Oh, come on down to Wendy's for saucy nugs. Wow! That's what they used to call me in high school. It used to be so hot in Arizona. I was always sweaty. They say, "Here comes old saucy nugs." It's because I wore short shorts.
Oh.
Hey, there's some skin down there. What do you want me to do?
I thought you were talking about your nipples, and even that's bad enough. I don't want to talk about your nugs.
Oh.
That's disgusting.
No, those are my Hershey's Kisses. I was known for my nips, just not the saucy nugs. Oh boy.
Oh my God. All right.
All right, Todd. I'll talk to you later, boy.
All right. Have a good night, Artie.
I'll talk to you soon. I'm gonna take a jog. I think I see my house. I don't know if that's it, but I'm going for it.
Okay. Be careful. Arte Moreno, everybody. Sometimes you need a call like that to change the mood of the somberness of Angels baseball. So if anyone else wants to call, the number is 714-598-3221. If not, we'll call it a night. I will run down some score. Well, really something interesting getting back to baseball, if I could, for a second. The standings. The standings are much more intriguing out in the NL West because of the Padres winning again today. All of a sudden, that Dodger lead that, again, they were supposed to run away with this division, they're only 4.5 back of the Raiders. And they're getting hot. And the Diamondbacks all of a sudden playing good baseball. And they're only 5 out. So you have 2 teams on the Todd Fox rule of baseball of being close, and going for it. If you're 5 and under, you're within striking distance. That's what I go by. And the Diamondbacks and Padres are right there. Now, of course, they could lose a couple and fall right back out, but I like the cut of their jib right now. They're playing good baseball. The Dodgers are playing 500 baseball. Over their last 10, the Padres are 9-1, and the Diamondbacks are 7-3. So it's gotten kind of interesting over there in the NL West. So I like that. When is Deo night? James said, I don't know, but if there is a Deo night, there has to be him singing that song every inning in between, and then this has to be for every batter. Absolutely. And I'm pretty sure we'll lose.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks.
So to just top it off real quick, the Phillies are in first place in the East by a lot, by 6.5. Brewers got a nice lead on the Cardinals, 5-6 on the Pirates. And again, that NL West is looking kind of close. The Astros and Mariners are tied for first. Somehow the Rangers are only 4.5 out. You got the Royals and Twins, 6 out of the shitfucks. Still kind of there for those 2 teams. They can make a run maybe. Orioles and Yankees in a good race right there. A half-game lead on the Yankees do the Orioles have. And the Red Sox and Rays are hopelessly hoping to get back in the race, but they're playing for a wild card. So, and the White Sox, the other thing. You want to talk about a team that can't score. I think Big 20 is scoring more than the White Sox right now. White Sox 27-84, 40 games out of first place, 17-40 at home, 10-44 on the road. They have a run differential of minus 229 runs. So that means the other team has scored 229 more runs than the White Sox in head-to-head competition. They've given up the most runs by far, and they have lost 17 straight games. Yes, you heard it, 17 straight. Big 20 says, I'm trying to call in. Well, I don't know why you can't get in. Should be able to get in. Let's see. Also, you got Deo. Now a word from Jack in the Box. And now a message from Honda. Yeah, exactly. You got commercials all over the place. I don't know what's going on, Big 20. You should be able to get in. But if not, you might have to try tomorrow. Because I think that's what we're going to do for tonight. We are going to jump off here, and we'll give you this right away. Then we'll give you some Deo. Wonder what's going on with Jack in the Box here, right?
Everyone gets to customize their munchie meal, but I'm giving you your very own.
I've been known to get the munchies from time to time.
And your own intern, Mitch.
What up, Miach?
Oh, Miach is what my grandma calls me.
By the way, one other thing I want to play, since we were talking a lot about our boy Roger Lodge, let's talk about when he went crazy a long time ago.
But they are who we thought they were.
No, that's the wrong one. Where is that one where he goes nuts? I love that one. He gets real pissed off. Let's see, where is it? It's not keeping her composure. Oh, here we go. It's this one.
Anymore. I just can't. And they can fire me if they want, but I can't sit around and listen to negative phone call after negative phone call. If you're a so-called Angel fan, if you're a Halo honk for life like me, then shut up with Sosha's gotta go. It's this guy's fault. It's that guy's fault. Forget it. Let it go. We got a lot of baseball left to be played, and the season starts tonight. If you don't want to say anything positive here this afternoon, stay off of my phone line. The Angels.
So is that a guy that calls it down the middle? Is that a guy who doesn't have an agenda? I think not. All right, everybody. The Angels lose, and it was sort of, I guess, it was a buttercup. We never got into that. It wasn't a Savage Garden night because we didn't lose from first pitch to last pitch. We actually tied the game. So it qualifies as this. Good night, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow, hopefully after an Angel win.
Why do you build me up, buttercup baby, just to let me down, mess me around and then